we go again! Hi everyone, Skylar Stardrift here. Welcome to the stream, and welcome back to Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Last time, we jumped into the Buried Relic, a 99 floor dungeon, with the sole purpose of recruiting Mew, who doesn't appear until floor 61, and appears randomly on certain floors, I believe. And you have to go through the entire dungeon in order to recruit it. The good news is, we gathered all 3 parts of the music box so we could lure Mew out of hiding. The better news was, after killing Mew once by accident, we managed to recruit it. Tonight... Why am I over here? I moved that. Why am I over here? I moved this. I moved this! No. I should be over here. Abwa. Abwa. I moved that. Unless... I must have moved game 2, which was Luigi. I don't know what I did anymore. I'm in confusion. Oh well. Hello Delimited. Hi Papa Links. Welcome on in. So, tonight, the first thing that we should do is probably go straight back to the Buried Relic to recruit the Regis. The good news is this time around we don't have to go all the way down. This needs to be sorted. There. Got plenty of max elixirs, got plenty of orange berries, got plenty of revival seeds. I think we should be good to just go. I think I've already checked the missions, but I will just in case. Nope, not a thing. Alright. Buried Relic it is. Strongest Pokemon Gengar and Mount Freeze in Meteor Cave. Well, Skylar, I guess we should head over to Mount Freeze. Looks like Gengar is just going to tag along when we go to Mount Freeze. Alright. Oh, looks like our mission gets cancelled. We have to do Gengar's mission, and only Gengar's mission. There is also Wish Cave, but I'm not sure I want to do that yet. Oh, Joyous Tower's items not acceptable an initial level of 5, so that's fun. So far I see Southern Cavern and Joyous Tower don't really have any rewards for us, aside from maybe some evolution crystals. Purity Forest does have a reward for us, and good luck getting it. Wish Cave does have a reward for us at the very end. Buried Relic. This is what we did last time, and I'm okay with that. Let's go. And I immediately found an Iron Spike. Right, so we need to head to, I think the lowest floor we need to get to is floor 60. So, here we go again. Also, let me know how the audio is as usual. It's very hard to tell. Like, in my recordings it sounds fine, but I think my settings are wrong, and the settings for my recordings are different to the settings that I have for streaming, so... Absol. I'm actually gonna turn off Razor Wind, because I don't think you need it. And I might turn off Draco Meteor for Yoshi as well, for the time being. We don't need them right now. Man, the music in this game is so catchy. Well, I wasn't gonna pick that up, but then Absol walked over and picked it up anyway. Blast Seed, huh? Oh, the thing's in here. Man, I was fine until I, like, was about to hit the live button, and then I suddenly got really eepy. I think the lack of sleep over the weekend, plus taking Dad to the airport at 3 AM on Tuesday morning, is starting to catch up a little bit. I have noticed that, like, over the past few mornings, it has been quite difficult to get out of bed. And I wake up... You know how you wake up when you're feeling like you've just come from a deep sleep? Like, you know that, like, your previous sleep cycle, or, like, you were in the middle of a sleep cycle, and that sleep cycle was deep sleep. That's kind of how I've been feeling the last few days. Just been like, oh, yep, I'm very tired. Like, eyes are extremely heavy. I don't want to get up. I mean, that's just every day, not wanting to get up, but, like, my eyes feel like they have lead weights attached to them. Probably not a good thing to be this tired. It's not like I'm not getting sleep, though. I will admit, I am one of those lucky, question mark? Oh, hey, a Pichu. People who can fall asleep given enough time. I don't think I've ever really had a night where I've struggled to get to sleep. At least not in my own bed, anyway. There's a dead weeping bell here. Ow. Oh, hey, a Porygon. If I remember correctly, I think in the original game, or in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky, I think you could actually just send your once a Pokemon decided to join you, you could just send it to the rescue team, like to the rescue team camps or whatever they're called. Like, I know they're called rescue team camps, but they're not called rescue team camps in the original games, and they're not called that for sure in the sequels. But, like, I'm pretty sure once they join you, you can just send them away. Back to the camp. Like, you can send them back to the camp, and then you get to keep them. I don't think that quite works in this version. I don't know, I haven't tried it. Well, so far so good. Perhaps don't say that out too loud next pal. You kick their behinds and say, wait for me at the exit. Pretty much. I think the conversation more like goes along the lines of, Fury swipes! Hey, you scratched my face. I like your gumption. I'm gonna join. Okay, well... Sure, wait for me at the exit. I don't actually remember if Fury Swipes was any good in the original game. Either. Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team. I don't remember. I never really used them. Speed. Okay, 160. Darkblade, you take it. Orange Berry, I want that. And I will swap out the Iron Spike for it. Give to Darkblade. I don't know why you weren't carrying that in the first place, but you are now. Well, we made it to floor 10 already. More Iron Spikes. Ow. No, I don't want to eat that. I want to Screech and Fury Swipe. I'll have a snack in a minute. Tyrogue! And then I will eat. That will restore my belly, which is very useful. Gunk shot, I suppose. I don't really have anything that's useful. It confused me, but luckily we got out of that. Stuff around that. I've learned to not press the B button quite so extensively, especially when I'm not in a hallway. Learn to be a little bit more patient, which is good. It only took me, like, the entire story and a good chunk of the post-game to learn that, but, you know, learn it I did. Or maybe I'm just tired. You sod, you disabled my Fury Swipes. Fine. Gunk Shot it is. Hey, Scruffy leveled up. It's level 76 now. Goodness. Weapon levels. How are we doing on PP? Quest for the PP. Ever-present PP. I think I might put it on Gunk Shot. Waste not, want not. Careful. I wonder if you step over a trap with another, or if another Pokemon steps over a trap, if you can then activate the trap by swapping leaders to that Pokemon. Oh, hello. That was a big item for. I remember a strategy in the original games was, I think someone might have mentioned this too on stream in the past. One strategy is to just have an orb that warps all items to you. Oh, Tyro went down. As soon as Ghastly turned to face the camera, I knew it was going to power up. Anyway, what was I saying? I just got mega distracted for some reason. Probably because of Tyro dying. And the Kecleon shop. Yeah, you can use a warp to get to the You can use a warp to get all the... You can move to the stairs, use an item to bring all of the... Use an orb to get all of the... To warp all of the items to you, which in the original games grabbed the Kecleon shop items, then just pick up the items and get out of there. Intruder alert! Exterminate! Intruder alert! Exterminate! Dalek does not understand! Fury swipes, have a taste of them! I actually wonder if the Regis are stronger or not. Ow. Which of you is least important? I don't think they're any stronger. Oh, he blew up. Team Stardrop's courage in the fierce battle left an impression on Regirock. I now have a giant rock. You're only level 30? That's a disappointment. Oh, bye! Bye-bye! 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 Well, that was floor 15. Do I only need to go to floor 30? I thought I had to go to, like, floor 20, 40, and 60. I guess I was mistaken? Yoshi is at double speed. Yoshi is at triple speed. Yoshi is at double speed. Yoshi's returned to normal speed. It's from an old Gmod skit I saw long ago. There were staff cuts and office, and there were Daleks exterminating those who were least important. You are required, said to the ones who don't get their employment terminated. Goodness, another show. Another Shekleon cop is what I was about to say there. I have watched surprisingly few Doctor Who episodes with Daleks in them. Using it warps all enemies in the same room to somewhere else on the floor. Spurn orb. Oh, that's right. Shekleon Cop. Skylar's That's right. In Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky, there's lookalike items. Items that look very similar to the items that you would normally find that would be helpful, and they have negative effects. Something to watch out for. I don't think this game has them. At least, we've never seen them. I've never watched Doctor Who. I hadn't watched Doctor Who until I met my furry friends. My local furry friends, and then all of a sudden we were watching quite a bit of Doctor Who. Like, I knew what the TARDIS was and things like that, but it's like I didn't get, like I'd not seen an actual episode. It seems like an okay sort of show. Like, it's not, like, it's okay. It's not quite what I wouldn't go out of my way to sit down and watch it, put it that way. But, like, if I had time, sure. It's definitely an interesting show if you like sci-fi. And classic British humour as well. It does have a lot of that in spades. Not all are negative. Yeah, that's true. The fake Doom Seed is the Dough Seed, and when you use it in the message log, it says it's someone's lucky day, ka-ching, and the P money on the next floor has increased significantly. Huh. Sorry. Oh. Excuse me. I am very tired. It would seem tonight. Eepy nerve. I'm the murder of the damn Regis again. Mm-hmm. Hello, Dark Patrol. Welcome on in. Oh, there we go. There was also the Mix Elixir, which restores all the PP for all moves, but only for Linoon. Yeah, that's right. I think you mentioned... Either you or Dark Patrol or someone mentioned it before. Restores 5 belly for any user, though. Such a random thing. I shall eat. Since it's on the ground. Probably me. I have made frequent references to the Mix Elixir. The Gone Pebble? Regis in the game too, or just the 3 Regis? I actually don't know, Dark Patrol, if Regigigas is in this game or not. Gravelly Rock was also not a bad thing. I remember that, but not what it does. Do remind me what it did. And the Gone Pebble. Never came across a Gone Pebble. Pretty sure I've seen the Gravelly Rock before, but I left it down. Suddenly, all of the Mr. Mimes want to join. It's interesting that the Regirock didn't even give us the option to say, hey, do you want to take Regirock along with you during the rest of this dungeon or something like that. And I have a funny feeling that in the original game you would have had to do this all in one go. Like, you would have had to grab the, you would have to recruit Regirock and then try to recruit Regis and Registeel without losing Regirock at the same time. Oh, that was a bit risky. Shouldn't have done that. Especially when I didn't look at the map screen to see what was going on. Gravelly Rock is a rock candy that raises the IQ of only Sudowoodo and Bonsly. Also fills belly up by 10. That's an empowerment seed. That's a big apple. That's a max elixir. What's the orb do? It's an inviting orb. Sure. I mean, I could have taken the big apple, I suppose, but I'll leave it. That's what I have small stomach for. I didn't know Mr. Mime had soundproof. I thought that was like a Whisper only one. Whisper and a couple of other Pokemon. It was like their hidden ability or whatever. I almost said secondary ability. No, the hidden ability. Hitler would like to join us. Good news, no Regis. Alright. Would have been funny if that was on floor 100. I suppose I didn't include it because this game was released before Regis. The floofiest, most adorable guy in all of Western Australia. Nope, not me. Gone Pebble, the exact quote from the item description. This item has a nostalgic feel and causes the user to bring to mind a dearly held memory. When this item is used, tears begin to well up and the user sobs and switches to enduring status. A lookalike item for Geo Pebble. Enduring status. Enduring stats, what is that? Is that just like the endure move? So if a Pokemon would faint, its HP just gets reduced to 1 instead? Is that what that means? Revive a Seed. Cool, I want that. How's the game going? The game is going well. So far, anyway. Hey, floor 25. Regis. Intruder alert! Exterminate! Intruder alert! Exterminate! You would make a good Dalek! No, I make a lousy Dalek. Easy. I have been exterminated! Sorry, I couldn't resist. So that must mean then on floor 35 I'm gonna find Regis Steel. Oh my goodness, stop yawning! Absolutely, bedtime doesn't matter for me. Oh boy. Badly poisoned. You can use it, the background fades to black, so only the Pokemon who uses it is visible. The bedtime song plays during the sequence, and then in the dialogue box reads, "Reminds me of my friend. It's been a while since I heard anything. I wonder how my friend is doing." When the dungeon returns to normal, the message box says this. Pokemon name, fought back tears. Pokemon name is set to endure. Tired streamer. Very tired streamer indeed for some reason tonight. Oh, Mr. Mine went down. Of course, Goblin got away from it. Wow. Ah! Hey, I'm over here, idiot. It's about time. About time we got a confused Pokemon to work against, or like, to work for us, rather than against us. Very nice. Another Hypno. Yep, on we go. For some reason I thought I would have to go all the way to floor 60. But it looks like I'm only gonna have to go to floor 35. Which is fine, that suits me. I'm happy with that prospect. And I've not used any of my items yet. Hello, Spire. Welcome on in. The dungeon goes well. Oh, Spyro. This is 99 floor 1. We're back on the Buried Relic to recruit the Regis. We've already recruited Reggie Rock and Reggie Ice. Regice. We just need Reggie Steel now. Since you're here, and I'm like, sort of half focused on the game, I suppose now would be a good time to talk about Jurassic Park, wouldn't it? You know, that movie that I watched on the weekend? What's the other film that we watched? Oh, that's right, Die Another Day, James Bond 007 Die Another Day. Yes, do tell. So, the movie was pretty good. One thing that I will say, and this is not a problem with the film itself, this was more a problem that I had with the film reel maybe, because we saw the film at a cinema here that shows film reels, rather like original film, rather than, you know, digital versions or anything like that. They use a full-on projection screen. It's cool as shit. Apparently it's also like the only one in the Southern Hemisphere, which was absolutely insane to me. Anyway, the problem that I had was I could not hear what the characters were saying exactly. And of course, there's no subtitles. Because, you know, we're in a cinema. So, sadly, I couldn't quite understand what was going on. The good news was, I had already looked up the plot, like, a while ago. Like, a while ago. So, I kind of knew what was going on. I'm surprised you do be rare these days. Yeah, so I got the grips of the story. And I knew, like, probably in the deep recesses of my brain somewhere were the characters' names and such. But unfortunately, I didn't hear what they were saying. So it was a little hard to grasp the plot or any of the jokes or anything like that. Like, there were a couple of jokes. I think, ironically, Timmy, I think his name was, the little kid. He was definitely the loudest character in the movie. I could always, almost perfectly understand what he was saying. Tim, thank you. But yeah, I could always understand what he was saying, but it was a struggle to hear the other characters. Which is really funny, because because we were allowed to go into the projection room afterwards, which was really freaking cool. I took a lot of photos. We were talking to the guy who projected the film. I forget what they're called. And they asked us, like, oh, how was the T-Rex scream? And everyone was just like, oh yeah, the T-Rex scream was really good. And several people, including some of my friends, were just like, yeah, we heard the roof shake. And I'm like, oh, okay, you heard the roof shake, huh? I didn't, but I'll take your word for it. What it actually is that, like, they have these weird triangular lights, and inside these lights are just literal hanging globes. And these hanging globes shake around because, you know, sound vibrations. So when the T-Rex screeched, that's what it kind of was. So, Yeah, it sounds like surround sound was turned up too high. Music is very good and loud at times, but it shouldn't be overpowering the voices. Okay, so I had the volume cracked for that. Oh, they did. Like, I think at the beginning of the film where they're talking to us about the cinema and stuff like that, they're just like, hey, we hope you brought earplugs. It was either that or there was a notification, like, going through the on-screen ads, like, hey, hope you brought earplugs. This scream gets fucking loud. This T-Rex roar gets fucking loud. And I'm like, oh boy, I don't have earplugs on me. Also, the reviser seed. When you are defeated and you are revived, the message box says, thought it was the right one. Looking closer, this is not a reviver seed, but a reviser seed. And your Pokemon says an S, and the message box says, that wasn't a V, it was an S. Then Pokemon name burst into spontaneous laughter and fainted. Were your ears ringing after it was done? No, my ears were not ringing, but it was definitely loud. Like, very, very, very loud. I think it hurt my ears a little bit. And I think it happened more, like, every time the T-Rex screamed. Or roared, I should say. It, like, cranked up the volume, so... Here's blurred vision. The end approaches, narrated Darkest Dungeon. I agree with what you said to me in DM, Spyro. Like, the film is definitely a technical marvel for its time. 'Cause, like... the dinosaurs look extremely realistic. As though, you know, the characters slash the dinosaurs are not on a green screen. And just, like, green screened in or anything like that. No, they actually look like they are supposed to physically be there. Which is very cool for a film of the time. God damn it, I hate this sack of shit. I will say that. The dinosaurs look amazing. Like, I was half expecting, like, some sort of jerkish animations and some really obvious green screening effects. No, there was none of it. I was looking. And I could not tell. And I imagined that it was CGI. And if it wasn't, then I have no idea what it was, because it was damn good enough. Very good enough to be CGI. The plot was pretty interesting and kind of like a solemn experience. I find the story of Jurassic Park quite interesting. Not like haha funny interesting, but like just interesting in general, where it's like, this is what might happen if someone discovered the ability to clone dinosaurs. And we don't, like, we find their DNA, but we don't have all of it, so what do? Oh, let's substitute it with frogs. That can only go badly. As they say in the film, life finds a way. But yeah, I knew about that going in. Like, there were plot points that I knew about going in. I couldn't remember the characters' names, unfortunately, which made it a little awkward when I couldn't hear what the characters were saying, so I wasn't too sure what they were doing to introduce themselves. Or like how they introduced themselves, so I barely heard their names or anything like that. I could not associate the characters with their names, which was interesting for the entire film. You didn't say the magic word. It took a little while to grasp what that guy was doing, and then I sort of half remembered, and I'm like, oh wait. That's what he's doing. He's stealing the dinosaur DNA. And then he doesn't get away. That really wasn't worth it, was it, buddy? All that elaborate planning, that elaborate scheming. And you decided to do it on the day of a giant fucking storm. You could have picked a better day. And that wasn't what killed him either, it was the dinosaurs that killed him. Got messed up by the spinning dinosaur. Yeah, the velociraptors, I think. Like, as soon as he initiated it, I was like, oh, you're the guy who does the thing. Who does the getaway thing. Right, gotcha. Now I'm with it. And then, yeah, sure enough, he did. I mean, when we first meet him at that, like, beach, I did not know it was the guy. I recognized the scene, though, from the memes. I was like, ah, wait, this is from this film? Huh? Because remember, I have seen nothing of Jurassic Park. Absolutely nothing. So... or at least as far as I was aware, I didn't. And then all of a sudden, yeah, I saw that scene play out. And I'm like, wait, this scene is in this movie? Huh? So strange. I think there was another scene that was like that as well, but I can't remember what it was exactly. I don't remember what the scene was, unfortunately. But there was definitely another scene where I had that moment as well. I'm just like, wait, this scene is in this film? As a kid, when I saw the shaving cream can get coated in mud, I totally thought they were setting that up for a sequel. It looks like it, doesn't it? There's so much emphasis placed on it. It feels like that's where they're going with it. I mean, I've not seen any of the sequels yet, so I wouldn't know, but like, it felt like that's what they were going for. It just felt too obvious, you know? Too on the nose, like, ah yes, they're going to return to the island and pick that up. Because it's still got the dinosaur DNA locked inside of it. Anyone can just come along and pick that up. And I think they sign in the, like, they assign the army to, like, get rid of the dinosaurs or something like that, so someone from the army could very well just pick it up. Just be like, huh, what's this? I also have no idea what that whole scene was, like, that scene on the beach where the, hang on, I'm gonna... Yeah, the paleontologist guy, I forget what his name was meeting the hacker guy on the beach. And I don't know what the context of that scene was. I had no idea what was going on there. It was like some sort of weird dodgy deal, and he passed him a shaving can that could store stuff, and I'm like, what's going on here? Did you just pass him a bomb or something? Like, what are you doing? And then finally it like played out, and I'm like, ah, okay, that's what happened. Wait, so the paleontologist was a bad guy? Again, it comes from not being able to hear the movie properly. Clever girl. Still one of my most used lines, along with hold on to your butts. The skinny white guy is the one playing Nedry to steal the embryos. It's kind of a hint, and then you see him later and it makes sense. Right, okay. Also, what was his name? Was it Arnold or Arthur? I'm sure it started with an A. Arnold, Arthur, Adam. The guy who says, hold on to your butts. I liked that character the most. I was very disappointed when he died. And the worst part was, I knew it was coming. Like, as soon as he was just like, oh, you know, we gotta turn the power back on, and it's like a short minute walk from here, it's like 3 minutes, I have the power back on. I'm just like, you're gonna die, aren't you? Don't fucking die, you're my favorite character. Aside from the professor dude. And then he went and died. I'm like, fuck. I like that character. Why did he have to die, damn it? You say clever girl more often with your sexy accent. I don't have a sexy accent. Sam Jackson is Arnold. There we go, Arnold, yeah. He went alone, that was a death sentence. He went alone with not a single weapon. Also, I think we're about to encounter our third Reggie here. Yeah. Intruder alert! Exterminate! Intruder alert! Exterminate! There were also a few, interesting plot points, shall we say, that I didn't feel like they were resolved exactly. And what I mean by that is, as an example, we are clearly shown, oh my goodness, we confused it. We are clearly shown that there are plenty of people working on this island, right? And I do mean plenty. And I know for a fact that the doctor guy in the lab is a villain in the future series. At least as far as I'm aware. Like, I know he's a returning character. We never see him escape from the island, nor do we see any of the other workers escape from the island. We only see the main characters escape. Which I thought was rather interesting. It's like, okay, you sent for a helicopter for one guy. I think they all got onto the boat before the hurricane hit. They didn't stick around. Yeah, I mean, there could have been a bit of there could have been a bit of dialogue that I missed, but it didn't sound like it. It sounded like they were still there. And the chefs must have still been there too, because they cooked all that food. So, like, surely some people were still on the island somewhere. Anyway, that's Regis Steele. Looks like I need to quit. If I quit, I'll lose all my stuff, so... Can I maybe get to the staircase and leave there without having to use my skateboard? I mean, that would be ideal, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I'll try. But, like, nitpicks aside, I thought it was a good film. I quite enjoyed it. Which is funny, because, like, when my friends were just like, hey, Skylar, so what did you think of Jurassic Park? And I'm just like, yeah, it was good. But I think it was because my mind was clouded with, oh my god, we just went into a projector room. I have never seen a projection room before, and it was cool as shit. Don't know why your message was removed there, Doctor, because all you said was, it's still a top movie for me and holds up well. That wasn't a link. Weird. The main it all to... Yeah, that's why. Thought it was a link, yeah. Another life, maybe your thing was dinosaurs and not trains and you've seen all the movies by now. Might have been better with the voices, but it's a fun one. Because I forgot his face. Yeah, there you go. Now about the grammar police tonight. The IT doesn't hold up, but the dinosaurs look better than the Jurassic World movies at times. Oh, really, Spyro? Really? That's interesting, especially coming from you. Okay. Interesting. The dinosaurs looked very good. I was very happy with how they looked. No, I have to use the thing. Practical effects for the win. Jurassic World went all CGI for a lot more. Right. There's no reason to stay here, and I'm not doing 99 floors. I would rather save my items. Especially since we didn't use any. Practical does look a lot better at times. Porygon. I don't know what to call you. Porygon, Porygon. I also do love Jurassic Park for watching through and seeing all the mistakes that they made while filming. Spyro, I think you and I need to sit down and watch Jurassic Park so you can point out all the mistakes. And then I need to sit you down in front of Thomas and the Magic Railroad so I can point out all the problems with that film. Spoiler alert, I won't shut up for most of the fucking movie. It just means I watched it too many times. To be fair, Spyro, it sounds like you are a big fan of Jurassic Park. Polygon is all I can think of. Maybe one of these weekends. It's got me up so early, I should work out. Speaking of, I need to do my other stretches for my neck. I'm gonna do them after the stream. Don't worry, I won't forget. I haven't forgotten yet. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Like I said, I do feel like I need to watch it a second time so that I can hear the characters a bit better. Did you notice the floating T-Rex issue? T-Rex walks out of the enclosure, but then when the car gets pushed over, it's a huge drop. No, I did not. I think I was too engrossed with the fact that there was a giant T-Rex on the screen, and it was messing things up. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. I hate that Spyro. Every time we watch it, I notice it. I'm gonna notice it now, too. I'm gonna call you after what I call my sneezes. I have the sneezels. Yes, it's a Pokemon reference every time I say it. And remember, coughs and sneezels spread diseases. I want that as a sign, like Bill and Ben have at the back of their shed. I just want that as a sign. Just in the house somewhere. Special gift from the rescue organization. It's a silver dojo ticket. I wanted to say bronze, and then I wanted to say gold, and I'm like, no, that's not either of them. This is the biggest issue that they did while they were filming. And something in Sinister Woods. There's another invitation. Solar Beam, Flamethrower, Steel Wing, Giga Impact, Stone Edge, Gyro Ball, Dazzling Gleam ×2. Nothing I want. I don't think I've ever bought a TM from you, aside from like maybe once. That puts us over the 100,000 mark! Smaller things like most of the dinosaur names being spelled wrong when you see Nedry stealing the DNA. Oh, really? Didn't notice that either. Out a escape orb if I can find them. There they are. I'll take out the rest of my plain seeds. Some tiny apples too. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do now. I didn't expect that to go as smoothly as it did. Let alone take as long as it did. It took very little time. Actually, I am curious. Oh boy. Ooh, careful. Don't knock things over. You are. Oh no. Okay. In the original as well, it was floor 15, floor 25, and floor 35. Huh. Okay. So, sorry, I have the original guide for Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team in front of me. Pitfall Valley. We're basically, like, kind of at the end here. I mean, sure, there's still a few... There's still a few, like, dungeons that I probably won't bother exploring because the rewards are not worth it. Like, you don't get a legendary recruited. It's mainly like for recruiting a bunch of different Pokemon, really. which if I'm not mistaken in this version there is a reward for. So you collected all the legendaries, but the game never has you use them to do anything? You just collect them to collect them? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's kind of the same in the mainline games anyway. It's the having, not the getting. Well, actually, no, it's the getting and having, to be honest. So it feels like... There are a few things we could probably do. Also, sorry, Spyro, I'll get to you in just a minute. I did see the hydrate, yes. There's certainly a few things we could get. I don't think there's enough time to do a 99 floor dungeon now. Especially with how EP I am. Might even end the stream earlier. Also, how do the Narb neck be? The Narbo neck is slightly sore today. But I think that's because I didn't really strain it, I just did a little bit more yesterday than intended, and I kind of didn't necessarily flare it up, but it's definitely a little achy. It's not terrible though, like it's bearable. And it's only like when I move it a lot. So it's fine. Might be a little stressed out tomorrow. I did do a little bit of vacuuming, but I did like less than 5 minutes of vacuuming, so I should be alright. I should be alright. I hope. Yeah, I've done that. Don't need. What did you have inside? Southern Town. Oh no. Not needed. Raven Hill, not needed. Sky Blue Plains, you get that from the start for some reason in this version. Howling Forest, done that. Purity Forest, we have it unlocked. Don't want to touch that, because that's like endgame dungeon. Joyous Tower, don't need to do that, so not required. Done the Buried Relic. Stuff. We did go to Waterfall Pond at some point, which we didn't need to do, I don't think. So we've got the Western Cave, Meteor Cave, Purity Forest, and Wish Cave. But Wish Cave is a 99 floor dungeon, Purity Forest is a 99 floor dungeon, and basically endgame dungeon. It's the most difficult dungeon in the game, apparently. So Meteor Cave and Western Cave are probably where we should go, in that case. There's also the side story, or the, post-game storyline with Gengar here. Got all the Pokemon, now time to charge rent and get rich. I reckon maybe let's go to Meteor Cave. I reckon that maybe that's our next point. I mean, I feel like I already am rich because I got like 100,000 coins. Meteor Cave. Team can't join, map can't check. Rescue unavailable. But items are acceptable. The landlord market capture mindset. Note, if you faint in this dungeon, no one will be able to come to rescue you. Can I take a team? It says team can't join. What does that mean? Team can't join. Yet I can take my team. I mean, it's not stopping me. Will it stop me now? No? Weird. Oh well, au revoir. We're in Meteor Cave. Oh, hi. Don't like the fact that you have pressure. That's annoying. Give Dark Blade. Take that back. Something messy with the stairs there. And there's a reason for that. Deoxys warped. The sealed stairs were open. We have to defeat the Deoxys in order to move on to the next floor. There's one rare, or one, non-phantom Deoxys. The only enemies we'll face here are regular Deoxys. We have to look for well, not regular, but our Phantom Deoxys. We have to look for the real one and defeat it. I'm gonna eat now whilst the getting's good. Alright, third floor. Do the mash, do the medium mash. 90 power steel type move with 90% accuracy. Ow. Looks like the Phantoms can just show up at any time. Can't go down the stairs yet. But yeah, the other thing too was that evil scientist guy. Like, I know for a fact that he's a thing in the sequels. Like, he shows up and does some sinister things. The guy who was behind the DNA splicing. And yet we don't even hear about him escaping from the island. So I found that to be a bit interesting / bizarre. But, you know, I think that might be more like an effect from the original book, because I do know that the film was a book before it was a film, so... Actually, that's a good question. Spyro, have you actually read the book? Not the novelization of the film, but like the actual book of Jurassic Park. Just curious. Have you read the original media? Right at the beginning, it is said that he needs to get on the chopper to get off of the island before the storm hit. Ah, okay. You've read that book 3 times. Okay! Definitely read it then. Lots of differences from the movie. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Books tend to do that. Yeah, I was wondering, like, sometimes you can be a fan of one media, but form of the media, but not the other. Yeah, it sounds like you're definitely a fan of both. It's cool though. It's really cool when people do that. Like they read the book and watch the film, and they're a fan of both. That is very, very cool. I am wondering, like, maybe I should read the novel as well. Read the original book, you know? They just doubt the pterodactyls completely, and the time crunch of getting the island back online to call off a boat that is traveling back to the mainland with raptors stowed away. Yeah, like... See... Funnily enough, Spyro, I've played the Super Nintendo game. I didn't like it, it scared the absolute living shit out of me. I reckon I could play it now, though, and not be too terribly afraid of it. But, like, I remember that being a thing, where you have to board the boat and take the raptors out on the boat so that they don't get to the mainland. And it's not really explained in the game why you have to do that, but I remember that being a thing in the game. And I was like, huh, that never came up. Always expecting it, and then like, nope, never comes up. Character roles are also completely switched around, like the lawyer is a main character, not just a guy that runs to the bathroom and gets eaten by a T-Rex. Let's drop an AGM on 14k Hellfire missile onto the boat. I mean, they had to have the missile in the first place, which I don't think they had. Oh, okay, bye. Had to do that when the island had no power. Yeah, that's also true. You can't exactly call anyone to have a missile dropped. By helicopters, drones, or fixed wing aircraft. There's no power on the island, and they cut communications. That was all part of the hack. There's no way to communicate with the island. You can't call a bomb if there's no bomb to initiate. You can't call a bomb with no communications. What was that? Fishing bandana there. Dinosaurs were easy to kill anyway, as long as you've got weapons, I imagine. Which seemed to be something somewhat lacking on the island. I think they put too much trust into the 10,000 volt fence. Oh, that was another thing. Little Timmy is dead. He was holding on to that. We all saw it. He was holding on to that fence when it turned back on. That's 10,000 volts coursing through a kid's body. That kid is dead. He's deader than dead. He is fried like a Kentucky Fried Chicken. There was no way he survived that. Which is funny, because I actually thought, you know, he would get off, like, before it electrocuted him. Nope. he was holding on. And, like, call me crazy, but I could have thought that, like, when you grab hold of an electric... If you were to stupidly grab hold of an electric fence, and it is sending 10,000 volts of electricity through your body, I thought that your bones would just lock up. And then you'd be stuck holding onto the fence, which means you're going to get further electrocuted. Which is not good. And you got shocked. Although when it comes to death by shock, I thought the amps matter more than volts. This mainland has more than enough weapons for everyone. If the amps are low enough, 10,000 volts can be fine. Yeah, okay. So maybe it's the amps. But then, you're trying to keep out a T-Rex. Wouldn't you need a significant amount of amps? A bit more than... AC electricity will cause your muscles to do that. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Tasers apparently go up to 50,000 volts. Oh god. Remind me not to get tasered then. Speed 110, 114. Yeah, let's go speed. I mean, like, I don't know. It just felt like you were trying to keep out a T-Rex. You should have... I don't know, maybe up to the voltage a bit. Or up to the amps or something like that. Because I feel like, in that case, that T-Rex probably would have just casually walked out. It isn't supposed to kill the T-Rex, just make it not want to touch the fence. I understand that, Spyro, but it's like... Sure, it would make the T-Rex not want to touch the fence, but if the T-Rex charges at the fence and just breaks the fence open, I think it will be fine. Well, the T-Rex will be fine. Also... What is our moves like? Okay, we're getting a bit low. I don't know, maybe I'm being a little nitpicky. I'm sorry, Spyro, I know you like the film. Maybe I'm being a little too nitpicky on it. But like, again, that's not to say it's a bad film. Like, I really enjoyed it. You should have used reinforced concrete walls. Don't want to give too much away if you actually want to read the book, but one other thing that was a major change that is right at the beginning of the book is that John Hammond is a greedy businessman, only cares about money and no one else. Vince is dumb. Which... Sorry, Spyro, you're gonna hate me for this. Which character is that? Which one is John Hammond? Yo, Matt. Oh, okay. See, I just called him the professor, because I couldn't hear him. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, he's supposed to be like a greedy businessman. But in the book, he comes across as like... To me, he came across as a loopy professor in the film. That's how he came across to me, anyway. I mean, I've got to be honest. He was tied for my favorite character, alongside Arnold or whatever his name was. Those two were my favorite characters. I loved how aloof the professor is about building a theme park centered around dinosaurs. How he doesn't see that this could go horribly, horribly wrong. And even as it's basically collapsing around him, he's just like, No, this is fine. It takes him the entire film until the paleontologist is just like, after careful consideration, I've decided to not endorse your park. And he's just like, yeah, so have I, actually. As they drive away on the Jeep. That was funny. Also sad that Arnold didn't get a proper death scene. It was planned, but a hurricane came through and destroyed this. Oh, really? An IRL hurricane? Oh, that sucks. That's sad. I also wish Arnold just didn't die, because as I mentioned before, he was my other favorite character. He didn't deserve to die, man. But as soon as as I mentioned before, as soon as he left, literally, as soon as he left and was just like, hey, I'm gonna go turn the power back on, and it's only like a 3-minute walk, I'll be right back. As soon as that happened, I'm like, oh no. You're gonna die, aren't you? No, come back, I like you. No, don't die, you're not allowed to die. And then naturally, it's just this whole setup of like the fact that he doesn't come back, and then like she discovers the arm, and I'm like, he dead. He gone. It's not nice. How did the place get hacked before the internet? It was an inside job. Locked all the security systems down. Behind a password that no one had access to. And then he just left. And thought he could escape. I don't know what his plan was by going through the park. Surely there was a better route, but he went through the park. You know, whilst the dinosaurs were on the loose. Not very smart. I feel like his whole plan went wrong. Because of the storm and the power going out. Like, he was just supposed to hack everything. I feel as though his entire plan just went down. But he went ahead with the plan anyway. You didn't say the magic word. That is a sleeping Phantom Deoxys. This dungeon is certainly burning through my items, that's for sure. Really? Dino's not supposed to get loose. Plan was to grab the DNA while the hack takes down the security systems throughout the park, drive to the dock, get back, and undo everything that he did. Yeah, so he could just get through. Steal the dinosaur DNA whilst the security systems are down. But the dinosaurs got loose because of the storm. Which he didn't plan for. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure it was... Had Deoxys knock your block off. I did. Which was very impolite. Scruffy, I don't like the fact that you're suddenly missing all the time. But yeah, I feel like he could he could have waited just a little bit longer, like waited for the storm to pass and then done it. But, nah. Maybe he needs glasses. Ow. Thank you. What the fuck is with my accuracy all of a sudden? I can't hit you from here. I'll get stuff closer. He was on a time crunch. The boat at the dock had a paid off man for grabbing the job. Boat needed to leave due to the storm. Ah! Okay. Thank you, Spyro. See, this is the stuff that you miss when you aren't able to hear the whole movie. That makes a lot more sense now. Still don't get why he was working with the other thing that I didn't understand was, like, why he was working with the paleontologist. But it's fine to tear the movie apart. I like the movie a lot, but I also love ripping into everything they did wrong. Yeah, I don't know why the paleontologist guy at the start was working with hacker guy. Very weird to me. Again, I might have missed something. But it was a bit strange. Are you talking about Dodgson? I don't know the character's name, Spyro. I'm sorry. The best I can say to you is it was one of the guys who was digging up fossils at the beginning of the game. Not his wife, the doctor guy. I think he was a doctor, I don't know. The beach scene where they meet up and the guy's like, see, nobody cares. Nobody cares who you are. I mean, when the lawyer went to go and talk to a guy digging up amber. No. There was, if you remember, Spyro, it was the scene on like the beach where the guy, where the paleontologist guy, sorry, I'm gonna keep calling him that, passes the canister for the DNA embryo things to the nerd guy who's going to hack the systems later. During that scene, I don't know what the setup there was. Like, is the paleontologist guy actually a bad guy? Or not? Or have I got the characters mixed up? Because I could have sworn it was the paleontologist who walked over and was just like, oh, you know, talking to this guy who then ended up hacking the system. Oh, okay, that is Nedry talking with Dodgson. He owns a competing company that wants to steal everything, that wants to steal everything that the Jurassic Park had made. Okay. Dodgson isn't in the movie at any other point in the movie. Oh. He looked like the paleontologist guy from the start of the film that becomes the protagonist who saves the kids. Like, that's who he looked like. No, that is not Alan Grant. Okay. I don't like this dungeon. I think I know why I'm missing this guy so much. I think I know why I'm missing the speed Deoxys so much. Deoxys knocked Yoshi's block off. Past it. I'm trying not to miss it. Right. I don't have the goggles on. For fuck's sake. Burning through all my fucking Reviver Seeds now. Oh, it's the person band that I'm supposed to get to Yoshi. I mean, it's not gonna affect me now, but... It's not speed. They're both speeds. Which is even worse. Thank you. Also, we should probably heal up. The other one was an attack? Oh. It looked like a speed. Yeah, I'm gonna time like the present to do this. That's better. Golly, we're only up to floor 14. I like the defense form. It's like it's wearing a big comfy suit of armor. I still have a few Reviver Seeds, but I'm hoping that I won't have to use all of them. This is enough with an entire page of them. With how much I've been using them, I expect to burn through that within like the next 2 floors. Like, I'm actually getting concerned here. Pressure is not helping. Definitely burning through items now. I'm not sure if the non-phantom Deoxys in the original game shows up with the same room of the stairs, or if it was like random throughout the floor and you had to just go searching. I mean, at least I gotcha. Oh, sorry, Spyro. My goodness, I don't think I ever hydrated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fine, I'll hydrate again. I'm sorry. There. Hydrated twice to make up for it. I'm sorry. I was too busy talking about Jurassic Park. Fair. But yeah, all in all, definitely enjoyed the film. I also didn't get my coffee brewing until now. Definitely enjoyed the film. I do need to see it again because I missed a lot of the plot. Which would have been good to hear because, as clearly evidenced, I didn't know exactly what was going on. The good news was, because I had read the plot on Wikipedia ages ago, because I go down weird Wikipedia rabbit holes sometimes, because I had known that, I had a good idea of what was going on, which was actually quite useful. I do not think I would have enjoyed the film quite as much if I had not done that myself, if I am completely honest, because I wouldn't have been able to understand it. So I'm glad that I did that, so I knew what I was getting into. And I understood what was going on the screen. So the characters didn't need to talk quite as much for me to get the general gist. The music is very good and is part of the reason for why it is so good of a movie, but the voice lines matter. Also, one thing that I did find funny was when... what's his name? The paleontologist. At the very start of the film, he, like, pulls that kid aside and is like, this is how a raptor could kill you. And, like, just, like, pretends to, like, thank you, Alan Grant. Spyro, you're gonna hate me so much. The way I'm referencing these characters. And, like, how he grabs, like, the little raptor claw that he's got and he just, like, pretends to slash the kid across the chest and stuff like that. And the kid's like, oh, shit. And it's like, yeah, that kid's gonna go through some shit. That's what I expected. I expected him to be one of the kids that was going to be on the island. I was a bit disappointed when it was just the Professor Guy's grandkids. I'm like, oh. So it's not gonna be that kid. He's not gonna go through some shit. Damn. Kid deserved it for talking smack about dinosaurs. Oh, great, double team. And now I'm gonna miss everything. He went from hating kids at the start, but then he grew to love the kids by the end. Yeah, That was very clearly evident. Especially at the start. He hates kids so much. I also find it funny how the professor just showed up to their archaeologist dig, or their paleontologist dig, and they're just like, lands near the fucking digging site, so just causes a bunch of dust to kick up over the fucking fossil that they've just found, possibly damaging it, causing millions of dollars in damages to the fossil, so well done. And then just takes them to back to their campsite. Or like, no, sorry, he doesn't take them back to their campsite. He's just in their campsite, cracks open their bottle of champagne, and says, "Oh, this is the cause for celebration." Like, holy shit. he just does that. Like, my guy, you just broke in. And technically speaking, are now stealing their champagne. Like, what are you doing? And I love how they're just like, we're not sure what's going on, but okay, I guess? We're celebrating and we don't know why we're celebrating. It's so funny. There was a fan theory that that kid is who grew up to be Owen Grady, main character in the Jurassic World movies. But it was just a theory, not backed up by anything. Ah, okay. Dinosaurs aren't so tough. Guns and bullets can easily defeat them. Even the modeling shows that. IRL, yes. True, and Alan is pissed until he realized that John was the man that was fully funding their dig site. Then they were fine with him. See, I didn't get that bit. Again, you know, I didn't hear it. So I only noticed, like, I only saw what he was doing, and then he was just like, "Oh, this is a cause for celebration!" And I'm like, motherfucker, you just broke in. Guns and bombs are great. Oh, I'm out of PP. My PP is all gone. Darkblade leveled up. What's up the funny number 2? Yeah, the John Hammond Foundation is what was paying for the site, and he got them to come to the island by saying it would pay for another 3 years. Ah, I see. Because to me, who couldn't hear much, it sounded like he was just really excited about he just happened to find these paleontologists who were in the middle of a dinosaur dig and was like, "Hey, come to my park. It's really interesting and I think you will really like what you're about to see." That's how it played out to me. Certainly an interesting viewpoint, that's for sure. Such an interesting view of that scene. That's how it looked to me. Which is certainly not right. Being ripped apart by dinosaurs will look no further. Yeah, I also don't know what he was thinking. Like, sure, okay, bring in a T-Rex because it's popular, but also, that motherfucker is dangerous. Oh! Spyro, I have a question. Actually. A very stupid question, though. I had the song Jurassic Park by Weird Al? No, I haven't. No, I have not, unfortunately. Spyro, I have a question. And you're probably gonna shoot me for this, because the question is stupid. When they lower the cow into that locked box, right? It's like towards the start of the film, and they're just like, oh, you know, whatever. Showing like some of the dinosaurs. And it's this massive locked box. It's like built into the ground. The raptor pack. Okay. I was going to ask what dinosaur was actually in there because I didn't hear and you don't see it. And it can't be the T-Rex, because the T-Rex appears and is not in a lockbox. Okay, so it's raptors down there. Got it. I wasn't sure. Was that... When you say raptors, do you mean that was the velociraptors? Down there? Or was that... Or is that another bigger raptor? Because I don't think that actually show... I don't think whatever that is actually shows up on screen. Unless it was the velociraptors. In which case there's multiple of them. But the way it looked, Jurassic Park, the only raptor is velociraptors. Okay. That's interesting, because it doesn't look like they did escape, which don't look anything like that IRL. They're not frill neck lizards. But yeah, I couldn't hear what they were saying. Like, it sounded like that was where the T-Rex was, and then they passed the T-Rex paddock, and I'm like, okay, they didn't lock up the T-Rex then. So that had to be something even nastier than the T-Rex, and I spent half the film trying to figure out what could be nastier than the T. Like, there's definitely, don't get me wrong here, there's definitely dinosaurs that are nastier than a T-Rex. I was just wondering what they would have used instead of a T-Rex. Because the way it was implied, it looked like there was only one dinosaur in there. And whatever it was big and fucking scary. That's the way it looked to me anyway. Nedry was smart enough to not turn off the raptor fence. Power only goes off for that when they turn off the computer, and that is why they only shot toward the end. Gotcha. The thing he tried to avoid was also the thing that killed him. Also, that was a gruesome way to go. Getting literal acid spat at you and then ripped to absolute fucking shreds. That is a gruesome way to go. Very gruesome indeed. But also that was a Dilophosaurus, not... Oh! For some reason I thought that was the Velociraptor. Never mind, I got it wrong. Thank you. Thank you for your correction. I'm getting my dinosaurs mixed up. Yes, that was a Dilophosaurus, wasn't it? Where am I? Raptors are what killed Arnold. Right. Right. There was a sudden explosion, and I awakened to this. What is this place? I am Deoxys. I come from space. If you know, tell me. I must know. What happened here? Its first reaction is to lash out violently. Yeah, Deoxys wants to know what happened, and then it lashes out at us. I mean, I know that's not what you're saying, but like... Thank you. He's an RPG addict. Hi Shinru, welcome on in. Really? You've got recover too? Can we maybe do something about that speed, Deoxys? The real Deoxys uses a basic attack. I am nearly dead. Thank you! Oh, really? It summons more? Saw that too, didn't you? I kinda saw it! I only just saw it then. Ow! We did it! That was hard. Team Stardust's courage in the fierce battle left an impression on Deoxys. You can now access the enclosed island camp, and Deoxys joined your team. Whoa, it is rare quality where you walk. No. That's what you get for being an alien invader. That was hard. We used a lot of items in that dungeon. That was very difficult. Whew. I feel like I should take that invitation and actually, you know, take it with me. Hyper Beam, Solar Beam, Sludge Bomb, Focus Blast, Energy Ball, Charge Beam, and Giga Impact. I'm back to yawning again. Excitement over, finished talking about Jurassic Park, I'm tired now. Does that mean I need to get to eat early today? I think so, Spire. I think so. I think Narb needs to go to bed a little early. Well, I built up my stock of plain seeds again, didn't I? Unwillingly. Straight back into yawning, man. Straight back into it. Yes, no, must take care of self. I mean, the lack of sleep over the weekend has been steadily catching up. I should put away 1, 2 ladder seeds, possibly. There's too many. There. I'm glad I'm drinking coffee. Don't want to start yawning at 9 in the morning. Head pepper. Yes, all the head pets. I don't know when I will go to bed. It's just I will go to bed earlier than usual, I think. On a streaming night. Like, I'm kind of thinking maybe 10:30, which is... Well, it's like 9:46 now, so about 45 minutes from now, possibly. Possibly. See... Man, I stopped it whilst I was talking about Jurassic Park, but now I'm tired again. Sparrow with a hydrate. The water almost went down the wrong hole. Oh. Yeah, I should do that too. I should take my meds. You know, before I forget again. Especially since... you know, I kind of forgot the other day. No, Narb is not a water breather. I read him someday. Someday. No, I'm not a water breather. That would be a cool ability though. Breathing underwater. Although I do keep trying that with coffee. I've not yet managed to breathe coffee. Alright, so there's Western Cave, but after the trial that I just went through, I'm not entirely sure I want to attempt Western Cave just yet. Mount Freeze could be the one that I want to go to next. Possibly. With the only other exception being Wish Cave, but that's a 99 floor dungeon, and I don't want to start that tonight. So, it's either one of these two. And I feel like Gengar will be coming along on this adventure. You won't get any requests while you're on this adventure. There's a padlock next to Skylar. You have the person band. And you have the efficient bandana. There. So, I'm locked. I have to come. It is forcing me to do this. Yeah, I can't remove myself, and I can't select myself. So it's interesting that it's actually picked Yoshi instead of Darkblade. I mean, Yoshi's probably just as good. Yeah, let's take Yoshi with us. I'm sure Yoshi will help. Mount Freeze! Ninetales is here. Definitely. Well, guess you're taking yourself on a trip. Get me to the summit, kicker! It's interesting that it doesn't lock our partner out. Aw, I like the floofy floofer though. Prospect, huh? I wonder if Gengar says any unique things. Is this path the correct one? Keh. Keh. Who cares about Seal? Fight in place of me, okay? Keh. Protect me well, okay? Why are we helping the guy that was nothing but pain this entire game? He's kind of forcing us to help him. And I suppose we're just doing so because we're good-natured folks. Yeah, keke! Yeah, if you can kill a Zangoose in one fell swoop, Gengar, how the fuck did you die in this dungeon? What do you mean this dungeon's too rough for you? Rubbish. You're just not good enough, that's your problem. Like, look! Okay, you didn't kill it that time. But you almost did. I'll get you there, but it will cost you dearly. See, when we first got the notification that Gengar was going to Mount Freeze, I thought we could just go to Mount Freeze to meet Gengar there. I forgot that this is what he wants. He comes back a few days later and it's just like, yeah, I tried, I can't get up there because I'm weak. Oh yeah, this is currently a danger dungeon, isn't it? Not a danger dungeon, a treasure dungeon. If I Heat Wave, I'm only going to hit the 2 seals, aren't I? No, I'm only going to hit the 1 seal, so I may as well just Flamethrower. Oh yeah, I have Steamroll, so this matters not to me. What does the Prosper Ribbon do anyway? When equipped, it heals the wearer's bad statuses like being poisoned or paralyzed if the wearer picks up any P money. Also slightly restores the wearer's HP. Okay. Also, we have all these. I'm gonna give that to Skylar. I'm gonna give that to Skylar. Because Skylar's gonna need them later, possibly. And I'm gonna give that to Yoshi. Because Skylar's base speed is already pretty high. See, P money really does buy happiness. Oh, I'm not in the room. I thought I was in the, like, this room that I'm approaching now. With all the items in it. Give me all the items. So bad, it's not safe for that. Swap out the Prosper Ribbon. Slumber Orb, that's fine. My door is down on PP, so I will increase it and then immediately use it. Oh, that's the wrong move. Shall eat tiny apple. Oh, that's right, that was the orb, wasn't it? I'll boost it away, why not? Keep using up for Heat Wave, but it's not up. Or X, I should say. Okay. I didn't know Gengar could walk across that, but sure. I mean, I suppose you're the ghost. Flamethrower. Sleep Seed. Pee Narbo. Speaking of Pee. I will eat that. Ow. Thank you for the hydrate, Spire. I'm glad that Charizard doesn't get frozen from, like, the water. And that that's not a thing. That would be annoying. All of the money Destiny is mine now. Abwa. We made it to floor 11. Still annoyed at the clock getting messed with. Sun is completely gone by 5 PM. I'm just about at the time where I don't see the sun before or after work. Aw. Yeah, because you're going into winter soon, aren't you? I said to be cold. Which explains your Jurassic hoodie on that you had on the other night. Or the other day, I should say. More cold than hot, I say. I agree, Delimited. I agree 100%. I am so glad that I am, like, skipping 4 weeks of summer this year. Because I'm going to Japan. Although I am going in the middle of their winter. Oh, sandstorm. Oh, didn't mean to heat wave, but I guess I heat waved. Do keep the house a bit cold. That is amazing for sleep, but that is amazing for sleeping, and I just keep some blankets around. Yeah, that's fair enough. Nothing better than a warm, cozy bed. It's also much easier to get warm than it is to get cool. There's only so, as I say to a lot of people, there's only so many layers you can strip off before you can't strip off anymore. When hot, I am stuck with either dealing with it or crank the AC. Yeah, exactly. Well, when it's hot, you have no option but to cool the place. Exactly. Thermodynamically, it is way harder to cool than heat. Exactly. Oh, hi, Swobbler. I do have a question, Spyro, for you. Again, sorry. The next time that you are too hot, we need to shave the nut. No! No, do not shave the floof. My floof. I like my floof. No shave floof. It would be cooler. I don't care, I'll jump in an ice bucket. As you can free energy easily from many things, but you can't take heat away easily. Like, you can't set something on reverse fire and it takes heat away. But what question? Regarding, what is it? Daylight savings time for you. So you just entered daylight savings time, right? So your clocks are back 1 hour? Because I'm pretty sure you just entered it, right? So you're now currently not in your regular time zone. You're now like an hour ahead or an hour ahead or an hour behind, right? Yes, Skylar, well done. You are an hour ahead. Actually, I think it just ended. Okay. So now you're in your regular time. So out of curiosity then, what time is it for you? If you don't mind saying. Things run from March through to November. That's a long period. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Why do you have 9 months in daylight savings? Genuine question. Currently it is 9:05 a.m. So okay, so your regular time zone is 9 a.m. 10, 11, 12. So you are 13 hours different in your regular time zone. Right, so you're not exactly 12 hours. But you spend so much time in daylight savings that you spend your just 12 hours difference usually. If anything, the daylight savings time feels more like the default rather than when we were on standard. It just comes down to if I'm in EST or EDT. Right, gotcha. Yeah. I was gonna say, because it feels like we're usually 12 hours apart. It's funny that when you're not in daylight savings time, it's 13 hours apart. But you spend so little time in... Like, you spend so little time in your regular standard time zone, you may as well just flick it over to daylight savings time for the entire duration and be done with it. It's apparently the new normal. Now, that would be great, but we can't get anything done over here. Government can't even turn itself back on. Yeah, that's true. Gobble gobble.
Keke, don't you dare fail after coming all this way. Don't forget to take me, Keke.
I'll show you how I can be useful, Skylar.
Almost at the summit, Skylar. Let's give it our best. Yeah.
I'm glad that Kangaskhan statue is there, because we can deposit a few of our items. And that means we can pick up some more. Which is good, because I think we might have been running a little low on the oranges, but we were definitely running low on the Reviver Seeds, so I'm actually glad that we had to come back here. Because we're definitely picking up some stuff. That Pokemon's gonna end up in the same room as we are. And I froze. Okay, just looked it up, and apparently this is now the longest government shutdown we have had. Previous record was 35. 35 days, I imagine you mean. And today is day 36. Good grief. It is snowing. Barnberry. Pay attention, Gengar. This is how you get through a dungeon. You level up extremely excessively. So ridiculous. Imagine shutting down the government because you're that determined to make health insurance more expensive. That does make me curious as to what the longest government shutdown in the entire world has been. Like, in terms of history and such. Like, I do wonder. How close are you guys to beating the record? Probably not even close. I imagine that there's probably been, like, a government shutdown that's lasted years. The Belt Bulge shutdowns can't occur. Uh-oh. Well, it's not Gengar, so I don't care. I already have a Swablu on the party anyway. It's just a Blast Seed. Alright. We're almost there. We're almost there, Gengar.
Shadow Ball, how about that?
I just can't believe that this is still the first year of the presidential term, still have 3 more. I know, right? All this nonsense has happened, and it's not even this. We haven't even gotten to this, like, second year yet. Oh boy. Ridiculous. Like in Australia, even the government totally fails due to nobody being able to form government and no coalitions big enough to form majority occur, the non-elected government officials, bureaucrats, run the government in caretaker mode. Berry, take that. That was a wand. Oh, we can just look what this guy's done. Oh, there they are. Alright. Oh, okay, I've got to get through this floor. I thought this was like the final floor and that we would see Ninetales. No, apparently we actually have to get through this floor and it's 21 floors. This looks like a job for Heatwave! I fucking missed! I didn't the second time. Hehe. Nice, you have a backup plan. Mm-hmm. Effectively. Unless this dungeon was 30 floors. But I swear it was 20 floors going in. The dungeon has spontaneously gotten bigger. max elixir, max ether, and I don't care about that. How much money have I got? Okay, 2,000. Just out of curiosity. Right. Here you are, Gengar. Don't know what was so difficult about that. We just choose not to pay people that do critical jobs while continuing to pay the people that can't make an agreement to restart the government.
Keke, here at last. We're at the peak. Hey, Ninetales, where are you? Come out. Keke, long time, Ninetales. Recognize me?
What do you want?
Keke, you want to know what I want? Look at me. Isn't it your fault that I look like this? What? You can't even begin by apologizing?
It is not my fault. It all arose because you fled. Isn't that so? You fled from yourself as a human. And you fled from Gardevoir. It was I who cast the curse. But you became Gengar because you abandoned Gardevoir. The truth comes out. It was Gardevoir that bore my curse, not you.
Keh, you're quibbling. Anyway, about that curse. How about lifting it already?
You have the nerve to ask that?
Keh, that's right. Imagine me asking anyone for a favor.
I mean, you fucking came to us, didn't you? You came to us to get you through this dungeon.
I'm breaking out in hives at the thought. Turn me down and I'll KO you. Well, it won't be me doing the fighting, it'll be Skylar here. Hey, don't drag me into this.
If anything, I should probably throw you off a cliff for what you did to Gardevoir. Don't bring me into this. I'm not fighting Ninetales. If anything, I'll throw hands with you, buddy. I'll be quite glad to put you in your place again. Nothing really changes these people on the government day to day. Anyway, what was his plan here? His plan here was to, I suppose, lift the curse from Gardevoir. Yeah, Ninetales isn't the enemy. Yeah, exactly. The enemy here is Gengar. What were you hoping to achieve here, buddy? I'm with Spyro.
I'll see this curse lifted even if it means taking you on.
Humph. I regret to inform you, even if you could defeat me, the curse would remain. I don't have the power to lift curses.
Yeah? What are you saying?
We Ninetales are known to be vengeful in the extreme. Once we cast a curse, it is final. Our curses are so powerful, even we cannot lift them. There may be a way, however. I became enraged at your treacherous heart, and on it, I laid my curse. For that reason, depending on your heart now, the curse may be lifted. Take this with you.
Ooh, a cookie. I take.
Gengar received the Ninetale crest from Ninetales. Gardevoir's physical form is sealed within the murky cave. The seal can be broken by that stone, the Ninetale crest.
Gotcha. We just go to this murky cave and plunk down that rock, and that breaks the seal. So goodbye to the curse. Keke, how do you like that? It's ridiculously simple. There was a way to lift the curse after all. You had me scared. Keke. Hey, I kept you waiting. Let's get home. Keke.
That oath. He has changed in many ways. But he is wavering. His old and new emotions are clashing within his heart. He would only realize that upon reaching the murky cave. If he does not, Rainbow Gummy, Citrus Berry, Rain Dance TM, Bronze Dojo Ticket, Hyper Beam TM, DS Gummy, Silver Dojo Ticket. I wanted to pat the Ninetales though. The truth comes out. This entire time, it was Gengar who was actually the one who abandoned its Pokemon. The human who abandoned its Pokemon turned out to be Gengar this entire time. Talk about a right piece of work, hey? Remember when he turned around and said that we were the one who did it? You are despicable.
Keke, you did good today. Next we go to that murky cave place. That sounds like another challenging place, so I'll need your help still, Keke.
I'm not sure you deserve it, punk. I don't know how she'd feel if I just went and said, hey, can I pat you?
Morning, Skylar, let's give it our best. Keke, late riser.
Whoa, Gengar, again.
It's the murky cave next. I'll need your help for that.
No.
Keh, is that right? See you around, Keke. I thought that, but I need your help. I have to go to the murky cave. I'm prepared to do whatever it takes. When I get there, It doesn't matter. I just need your help. Take me to the murky cave.
No.
Keh, is that right? See you around, Keke. I thought that, but I need your help. Keke, then we'll go to the murky cave. Gardevoir's physical form. That's where it is. For my sake, Gardevoir. Nah, that's not important. I just feel like going, Keke. Okay, go there for me, to the murky cave. Gengar can now tag along with the rescue team. The only place I want to go is the murky cave. I'm not about to tag along if you're going to other dungeons. I'll only tag along when you go off to the murky cave, Keke.
Gengar and Murky Cave. Should we head out, Skylar? Off we go to the Murky Cave. I am curious about Gardevoir too. Let's take Gengar to the depths of the Murky Cave. Not gonna make a comment about the fact that he lied to everyone about us and caused us a lot of grief. Motherfucker, give me a good excuse as to why I shouldn't call you right now. Hmm? Humph! I say. I suppose, even after all he's done, that perhaps we will have to do the right thing. This guy's head is so far up his own behind he can see sunlight. Should at least have stayed for tea and biscuits with Ninetales. Why couldn't we just take him out while we were on the mountain? Where's a Pokeball when you need one? Hyper Beam, Overheat, Focus Blast, False Swipe, Stone Edge, Frost Breath, Dragon Tail, and Flash Cannon. What a royal piece of work. There. Is it ever explained in any Pokemon game what the Pokemon experience while in a Pokeball? Does time freeze or are they aware? No, it's never really explained. It's supposed to be apparently according to some lore somewhere, I'm not sure where it is, it's supposed to be like a little paradise for the Pokemon. It's like a big room, but it's like the Pokemon's natural habitat or something. The Pokeball changes what it appears inside for the dedicated Pokemon that it catches. So a Charmander's room will look different to a Pikachu's room, for example. It's supposed to be really comfortable and cozy. There was a really good fan comic many years ago. I would never be able to find it. There was a really good fan comic of like a trainer sending out a Charmander to battle, and the comic starts off inside the Pokeball, and Charmander's just sitting there. It's like, it looks really comfortable, really cozy. There's like a fireplace. Charmander's reading the newspaper. Like, it looks really nice. It's really comfortable, really cozy. And then the Pokeball starts opening, and the Charmander's like, oh fuck, oh no, gets dragged off of the chair. Like, it's sitting on a full fucking recliner. Gets dragged off of the chair, and comes out, lands face first in the dirt, in the muddy dirt. It's raining. And the Charmander's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Almost sounds too good to be true, but that could be my mind-going conspiracy theory. It's such a good comic. Like, the Charmander's facial expression, it hits the muddy dirt. It's raining. It's like a really bad, it's a situation a Charmander doesn't want to be in. Any Charmander would not want to be in that situation. And it's so not ready that it just hits the dirt. It is quite funny. I don't think anyone says anything different. Vacation into a Pokeball. If it's that nice, then it sounds like people would want to live in them. This for you can share link. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Okay, there you go. What's this? Okay, I'll have to watch that later. Enjoy Skylar, all the same thing. Got it. Also, it is 10:30, and I did say I was going to wrap up. I went into the cave, but I couldn't evolve into Butterfree.
That's too bad, Metapod. I bet you weren't high enough in level. If you train and raise your level, I think you'll be able to evolve.
Oh, so it's my level. I get it. I'll work at leveling up. A Jumpluff appear to have left on the winds. I shall miss them. Oh. I didn't even realize they were gone. Right. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here because Murky Cave is now open for exploration, but more importantly, I am very tired. I EP. Go away, Gengar, we hate you. So, next time, we've got choices. We've got Western Cave, we've got the Murky Cave. Not gonna bother with Purity Forest just yet, and we've also got Wish Cave. I'm thinking, perhaps... This is one interpretation of how the Pokeball captures. I'm thinking perhaps maybe we should do Wish Cave next. It being another 99 floor dungeon. Our initial level is 5, but we can take items with us, and we can have a full team with us. So I feel like that's probably a good start. I don't really want to finish up the storylines of these two quests until we do that, so... Because Purity Forest is basically the final endgame dungeon. These ones are going to wrap up a story element, so I feel as though we should do them last. This being the strongest Pokemon, and this being, well, you'll see. So I think we should do those last. But probably do Purity Forest later. Sounds good. Have a good night, Skylar. Thank you for the stream, Mr. Skynub. I hope you in the chat will have a good rest of the day. So, night. Yeah. Yes, I am a bit too eepy tonight to bother doing something else. So I think we'll call it there, and I will go to bed a little earlier. And, you know, actually go to bed instead of, you know, staying up, being stupid. Narb again. But yeah. I will head to bed, I think. I do have maybe something, maybe I will do a stream tomorrow night. I don't know how long the stream will be, but I might do a stream tomorrow night. No, it's not going to be Pokemon Legends ZA, get that out of your head. A game came out today, and I am kinda eager to play it more. Because I only got to play it, like, once, and that wasn't even a proper play, so... maybe, though. It's also a game that I might actually... not necessarily drop into the rotation, but it might be something to play when I get a bit bored, or I don't know what to stream next. So it might be something in that terms. It depends on how much I like playing the game. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it tomorrow night, and I don't know how long it's gonna be if I do stream it. Like, it could only be a couple hours. So I don't know. And that's if I decide to stream it. I might just be like, no, I still EP. I go bed. So I might do that instead. I don't know. But yeah. If not, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door will be on Monday night, as per usual. Stay tuned for that. We are headed into my favorite chapter of the game. Very excited. Pikmin 3 Deluxe will be on Tuesday night, and hopefully the game is a lot kinder to me than it was last night, because it was awful last night. And if you want to see more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, we will be heading into the final few dungeons that we have left. Where, not tomorrow night, next week we will head into Wish Cave, I think, and finish that off. Alright. I'm done. I go bed now. Narbo go bedo. Alright, let's see if we can find someone to raid tonight. Ah, blah. Make sure the knob get properly rested. I will try. Fancore is live. They are playing a game called La Mulana 2. So... let's raid them? Let's raid them. Alright, have a good night, everyone. I will maybe see you tomorrow night, and that's a very strict maybe, too, by the way. It was a very, very strict maybe. If not, I will see you on Monday night for sure. Alright, good night, everyone.